Why you should still be buying physical media. Back before digital media and streaming was prevalent, physical media was the main way to buy your music, movies, or video games. As time passed, however, digital media started to become more prevalent, and more recently, streaming has started to take over. With the digital media and streaming taking over, physical media became less and less popular, and seemingly outdated. Why take the time to go to a store and buy a disc when I can just get it online? In this video, I'm going to be explaining why physical media is important and why it is still relevant even in today's day and age. Digital backups. The first thing that I would like to mention is that with most physical media, with the exception of some video games, can be backed up and converted to a digital format. For example, CDs, DVDs, and Blu-rays can be ripped with a disk drive and programs such as Exact Audio Copy and Make MKV. With Homebrew, many physical games can be converted to digital ROM files that you can then run on a launcher or use for emulation. Check out my video on how to get ROMs for more info on that. Not only do you get a digital version, but a DRM-free digital version, meaning that you are free to do whatever you want with your converted digital media. You can consume your media offline, edit it, use it on multiple devices, and the list goes on. All of the convenience and benefits of digital media can also be enjoyed with physical media as well by converting it. Not only that, but the quality that you get from a CD or a Blu-ray disc can match or even exceed the quality that you can get from digital storefronts. CDs can be a great way to get high-res audio, which isn't available on every digital storefront, and in addition, Blu-rays can offer high-res audio, a higher bitrate, and multiple options in subtitles and audio, which is something that many digital storefronts don't offer. More value. When comparing a physical release to a digital release, while both give you the content, physical releases offer more value. Firstly, as mentioned previously, by converting physical media to digital media, you now have two versions of your media in two different forms that you can enjoy versus just one form when you go digital. For example, if I buy an album on CD, I can enjoy the music from the CD in a CD player, or I can rip the CD and enjoy the digital music files on my PC or phone. If I bought the album digitally, I could only enjoy it digitally. Secondly, physical releases provide something tangible that digital releases don't. Physical releases usually come in cases that have artwork and information about the media. Sometimes there is even extra stuff inside of the cases, such as a poster inside of a CD. While digital releases might show the cover art, it doesn't show the full art that is only on display on something like a Blu-ray case or CD case. In addition, the tangibility of physical releases means that they can be used as a decoration or something of that nature, while digital releases can't. Thirdly, physical releases sometimes can have bonus content that you wouldn't be able to find in digital releases. For example, I have some CDs that have songs that were only released on physical releases, and not on the typical digital or streaming releases. In addition, Blu-rays and DVDs can also have bonus content besides the movie, such as shorts, behind the scenes, or even bonus episodes. As you can see, physical releases have a lot to offer that digital releases don't provide, especially when both tend to be at similar prices. Problems with digital markets. The next thing I would like to mention is the problems that exist with digital markets as a whole. The first problem with digital markets is that there is no used market, meaning if you want to buy something digital, you have to buy it new. This differs when compared to physical media, which has a used market. Used markets bring another option to the table and can save you a lot of money versus buying something new. Depending on where you buy, a used copy can be just as good as a new copy, and you can save yourself a lot of money by purchasing media this way. Not only is more choices always better, but the opportunity for savings is also something that you can't get with digital releases. Another issue with digital markets is that the products, as well as the markets themselves, aren't guaranteed to last forever. If something gets removed from a digital storefront, whether it be a licensing issue or the creators themselves removing it, there is nothing the consumer to do to get it back. With physical media, because of the used market, even if something is no longer being sold officially, there is still the option of getting it secondhand. With digital media, once it's gone, it's gone. Going to digital storefronts, there have been many examples of digital marketplaces shutting down. The most recent example being the eShop for the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U, which made 1,000 digital-only games inaccessible, including 335 virtual console games. In addition, if you hadn't downloaded any of the games that you had purchased on the eShop by the time it shut down, your games were lost forever. There are a lot of problems here. Firstly, the fact that digital storefronts and products can shut down is horrible for preservation. Thankfully, due to homebrew and piracy, the games that were lost from the eShop closing have been preserved. But obviously, this isn't an ideal solution. Imagine if homebrew didn't exist. There would be about 1,000 games erased and gone forever. The other issue is the question of ownership. The fact that the games that I purchased legally could be taken from me because of something out of my control makes me question if I really own the games that I purchased. If I have a physical copy of something, I don't have to worry about it getting taken away from me because of stores shutting down or whatever reason. I don't have to worry about making sure my content is downloaded because physical media already comes with the content there. This issue with ownership ties in with the next problem with digital markets, and that is the DRM and limitations that exists with many digital storefronts. While DRM-free digital storefronts do exist, many of the popular and mainstream storefronts have some sort of DRM or limitations with your digital purchases. For example, with many movies, you have to connect to the internet and log into whatever storefront you got the movie from in order to watch it. While there may be an option to watch it offline, you still need to log in and use their software. Compare this to a Blu-ray disc, which you can rip into an actual video file, which you can then watch on any device/software that you want. In addition, what would happen if the store shuts down? Are they going to give you a video file so you can keep watching your content, or is it going to be lost forever? Most likely the latter. This also prevents you from being able to share your media with others. I can lend my Blu-rays to a friend or family member at any time, but I can't with digital media unless I want to hand over my username and password. The same applies with video games. Steam has DRM built in that only allows you to play on one device at a time, meaning that if you have friends or family over, they can't play a game on another PC if you're playing a game. Again, compare this to physical media which exists on consoles, where I can lend my game anytime I want. All these problems again leads to the question of ownership. With all these limitations and restrictions on my content, do I really own the content that I paid money for? And again, with physical media, these restrictions are not present. What if I can't buy physical? Before I wrap up this video, I would like to talk about the case where you can't buy physical media. Perhaps it isn't easily accessible where you live, you don't have the space to store it, or a physical version doesn't exist of the media you want to purchase, or it's too expensive if it does. A great example would be for PC gamers, who don't really have physical games as an option and have to go digital. In this case, try to find digital storefronts that are DRM free. While these stores might not be as popular, these storefronts aren't going to have the invasive DRM that many of the mainstream storefronts have. Some examples that I personally use is 7 Digital for music and GOG for PC games. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a DRM-free storefront for movies and shows. While not everything is available on these storefronts, I do make the effort to purchase the things that I want that are available on these storefronts. It's important to support these storefronts when you can because they are DRM-free. Hopefully this video has shown you why physical media is still important and relevant today. While digital media and streaming is prevalent, we are lucky that physical media is still being made and we shouldn't take it for granted. My fear is that one day physical media will be gone for good and that all of the problems that currently exist with digital media will be what we are left with. If you are someone who wants to get into physical media, a great place to start would be buying your favorite album on CD or buying your favorite movie on Blu-ray. They shouldn't be that expensive, especially if you go used, and it can be a great gateway into buying physical media long term. While this video was more about digital media, my next video will focus more on streaming. Until then, peace.